Hello, my name is Tom. Today I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm going to read the Daily Reflections book for September 15th, 2025. It's called A New Life. Yes, there is a substitute, and it is vastly more than that. It is a fellowship in Alcoholics Anonymous. ... Life will mean something at last. That's from Alcoholics Anonymous, page 152. Life is better without alcohol. AA and the presence of a higher power keeps me sober, but the grace of God does even better. It brings service into my life. Contact with the AA program teaches me a new and greater understanding of what Alcoholics Anonymous is and what it does. But most importantly, it helps to show me who I am, an alcoholic who needs the constant experience of the Alcoholics Anonymous program so that I may live a life given to me by my higher power. Period. The end of the reading. What do I have to say about a new life? You would think a whole lot, or I would think a whole lot. I don't feel like it today, though. But I don't think you all care so much what I feel like, and I do want to make a couple of comments that, let's see, I get this feeling, or I've read the, I don't know, I've read the reports, I've seen the nasty grams on the wall about some people's don't think Alcoholics Anonymous works, or they think it's a cult, or they think, I don't know what they think. They think what they think. It's what they do. And all I can say about, well, not all I can say, where do I start with that, is Alcoholics Anonymous is working for me. Let's see, I have a continuing battle with some different mental illnesses. I was in the military. That has a huge amount to do with influencing my mental state, and let's see, I used a bunch of my experiences in life, military or not, to keep telling myself I needed to drink alcohol. I think I'll just put it that way for now, and then pretty soon that didn't work any longer. The drinking of the alcohol, it might have subdued some of the rough edges mentally, but it came with an enormous cost. It came with a lot of side effects. It came with a lot of troubles of its own. That, yeah, I like the way people say things like, money is evil. It's like money isn't inherently evil. It's like the pursuit of more of it. The human greed factor is what is evil about money, because, and it's not just money. Humans get greedy over a bunch of things, and let's just throw alcohol in that list. That the alcohol, there's nothing. It's inert in a way of it just sits in a glass, or a cup, or in a puddle, or in a jug on a shelf. It doesn't have any volition of its own. It doesn't get out of its container or vessel and crawl down somebody's throat and make them do things. It's inanimate, I guess, would be a better way, not inert, because I'm not a chemist. But so, alcohol on its own is fine because it's inanimate, but it does a curious bunch of things to the human when it's ingested, and it does a bunch of things. And then let's just kind of go a little bit further. I'm going to just try and go a little further. That there's, you got like alcohol, and you got humans. And on the one hand over here, you got alcohol, I think, if that's what I said. But this is inanimate. This is very animate. The people, they've got a lot of active baggage or tendencies, maybe. Okay, and this is pretty simple stuff. This is just tremendously complex, the human being. And what this human being, Tom, thought is that alcohol, when I ingested it, it would change this jangled bunch of nerves and relax it in a way. And it did. It did its job. It would suppress my central nervous system, or rather depress it. And that's another thing that ethanol or alcohol, does to the human nervous system, I believe. And so that's just one thing it does. And there's a lot of side effects with depressing your central nervous system. If you go far enough, you won't breathe anymore and you'll die, or your heart will stop, or etc. I'm not a doctor either. I don't even try and play one on TV. I'm a recovering alcoholic that's been around the block a few times with a bunch of different things. So I don't know how this fits in today's reading. I mentioned this before, is that some days I've got a better chance at somehow weaving this a new life, today's reading, into all this stuff that I'm saying. Because I did make mention that I end up just talking the same kind of stuff over and over anyhow, basically. And, it's just a bunch of different words in different order, but it's like, here, if you know anything about any kind of alcohol recovery, there's a guy named, well, I think he's probably long dead by now, maybe not, but he would be pushing over 110 probably years old. Father Martin, there's something maybe called the Father Martin series, and I think it used to probably be on VHS. It might have been on Betamax, if anybody remembers what those things were. And by now you might be able to get it on a disc somewhere. But anyhow, the place where I went to treatment, it was at a VA hospital, and they had a comprehensive curriculum of recovering from drugs and alcohol and this kind of thing. And it was full time, right? Because I was telling people, like at work, they're the ones that really helped me. At first I thought they were my enemy, right? Because I'd come into work hammered, drunk, ineffective as an employee. And, eventually they said, hey, what's your deal? I mean, these are all my words. What's your deal? And I finally told them, hey, I could tell you my dog died and that's why I'm distracted, or I'm having a marriage problem and that's why I'm not doing my job effectively any longer. I could tell you, I got this stomach flu or something, and I've been short because, whatever, all these excuses, and all just a new bag of lies every day. And, finally I told them, it's like, I need to talk in private here, and let's get in this office and shut the door. And it's like, man, I'm an alcoholic, and I'm ready just to die from it. I don't know what to do. I could tell you all that crap that, everything. I need some time off, and then I'll be okay. Whatever. And that, they afforded me like every opportunity to get better on my own, and I just kept slapping them in the face with it, basically. And then finally I came clean with them, and I said, I need to be locked up. I need inpatient treatment. I need to get straight, man. I don't want to get straight, but I need to. And